This is the Luxe Backdrop and Border embossing folder from Spellbinders. It's like two embossing folders in one. It has a die that goes along with it, and you can do the border for the sides of cards. I'm concentrating here on the backdrop or the background part of the embossing folder. I love using embossing folders in many different ways. That first white background had some foundry wax on it. The pink background, I used some pink ink just to ink the raised surface. The blue one, I used some white pigment ink on the base and then did some ink blending with blue. I have a couple backgrounds here that I used magicals on, and I love the fact that you get a beautiful colored background with it very easily. And then the last background here, I'm using some Versamark ink on that paper while I embossed, and then I used some embossing glaze, so I get a very colorful background, and it also has that shine from embossing glaze. This one there is magicals, and then I ink blended or inked with black ink on my embossing folder. And you don't necessarily have to ink your embossing folder. That third background there is just magicals embossed on its own. I love how these interesting backgrounds look when they're embellished for the fronts of cards. And this particular embossing folder is perfect plain, or you can get really creative with a bunch of different techniques with it. I love the 2-for-1, and the embossed image from both the border as well as the background is beautiful.